last move I'm going to show you today is called a butterfly, and it's in the front plane. And so we're going to start again with our dominant hand. I guess you don't have to actually. Start with a hand and hang out in this front plane for a second. And I'm going to refer to clockwise and counterclockwise in reference to yourself. So don't look at me to try to figure out if you're going clockwise or counterclockwise. Look at yourself as if there's a clock right in front of you. And so right now, according to me, I'm going counterclockwise. And I think I'm going clockwise to you. I don't know, depending on how anything flips with the video, whatever. Okay, I'm going counterclockwise to myself. And now I'm going clockwise. So just kind of get a sense of that. I have enough dyslexia that took me some time. So just hang with that. Look at a clock if you have to. Which way is the second hand going? Okay. So when you're working with the butterfly, you really want to work on getting, probably especially your weaker side, as flat against the wall as possible. You can even practice against a wall to try to make your plane flat. If it's at an angle like this, the move won't work. The poi will tangle. In the actual move, they're slightly bent, but as you're practicing, you will have more success if you at first have really mastered holding this plane flat. Okay, so I'm going to show you the butterfly and then I'm going to explain it, and then I'll show you again. Okay, so what's happening here is both poi are spinning in front of me. My top hand is slightly out front, and my right hand is going counterclockwise, and my left hand is going clockwise to myself. It's considered a forward butterfly. Forward and backward don't really make sense because we're not like going anywhere, but that's what it's called. There is a reason actually. I'll show you in a different video about linking moves why this might be called a forward butterfly. You'll know it's forward if they're coming toward each other at the top and away from each other at the bottom. So how to start? So there's a couple of ways you can start. I think the easiest way is to start with your hand position kind of like this. And you're going to separate your hands away and then bring them toward each other at the top, and then keep that hand in front over and over. It might help to open up the circle a little bit to give yourself more time to correct and get back into that original position. Things to avoid: this happens to almost everybody, and they end up doing this. It's almost like the poi take themselves further and further that direction. So try to avoid that. See if you can keep your hands not really crossing midline. The opposite of what I showed you in the last video. For this move, it's totally normal for them to tangle, to hit, for you to be really confused, for them to like do this kind of stuff. And suddenly it will click, I promise. You can change which hand is on top. That top hand just has to be out front, so I'll switch and put my left hand on top just in case you're left-handed. Most people find that their dominant hand wants to be on top. And you'll notice I'm also kind of doing this bouncing motion. Okay. So that's a set of moves for those of you just getting started. If you have requests, I consider my general skill level to be like intermediate, maybe advanced intermediate for some things, but honestly, I spun really hard for 2 years and got most of my moves, and now I just love spinning and dancing and teaching. So that being said, if you ask me to teach you a certain move, I may not know it if it's really advanced. But most things, if you want me to break it down, you can even send me a video of someone else doing something and say that, at like seconds 36, I want to learn that move. Or I found this tutorial, but can you break it down even further because I'm really confused? You're welcome to send me any questions or comments or anything else, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.